Monso. Introduce.
Mama Kosedu Agwaptal Maria.
Owetri me seni kenke monso.
Ekene Maria Jitel na Grace Osebru Anonyeli. Eden God's next tip Boronine. Others in God's Buma forgive Jesu.
Maria da son nenke chubu. Rebala ninja yo. Kita na manowani. Amen.
Neju Odibowani Kosebru wa.
Kore bukisipu.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Grace Osebru Anonyeli. Eden God's next tip Boronine. Others in God's Buma forgive Jesu.
Maria da son nenke chubu. Rebala ninja yo. Kita na manowani. Amen.
Okwe Melaro.
Owebinelani.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Grace Osebru Anonyeli. Eden God's next tip Boronine. Others in God's Buma forgive Jesu.
Maria da son nenke chubu. Rebala ninja yo. Kita na manowani. Amen.
Yabalanya yo onne nke Chukwu dị asọ.
Kore meto nyatankwa ke Kristi.
Ayiyo, anyị na-arịọ gị o Chukwu, ka erinye Grace anyị n'ime obi anyị, ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma, wee mara iwere arụ Kristi nwanyị, site n'afọ ya na obi ya, wee bata n'otito na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya, site na Kristi dị mere anyị.
Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Eto dị na weta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Eto dị na kịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Eto dị na kịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe. Amen.
Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga.
Site n'ekpere nke Chukwu ka ha zuru ike na ndokwa.
Ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ.
Nọnyekwara mmụọ gị.
Ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụnụ. Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Ekpere a bịara site na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi. Ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwotu Mmaduka Close, Umuru Nnobi, 081-4982-8254.
Ebonadi FM, 24 hours of informative, educative, and entertainment programs. Can't stop, won't stop. On Ebonadi 103.5 FM.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good evening and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update. Today, Friday, the 11th day of August 2023, and the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Epan Chukwuekeze is my name. The headlines. Bus fleeing from tax collectors, somersaults, injures 7 passers-by in Anambra. Enugu governor swears in 20 commissioners. Anambra transporters protest extortions, harassment by revenue collectors, petition state assembly. Uzodinma bans all non-authorized levy collection tax forces in Imo. Navy to establish operational base in Enugu. Mba assures on improved security. Ivory Coast. ECOWAS approves Niger intervention as soon as possible. Now, details. Bus fleeing from tax collectors, somersaults, injures 7 passers-by in Anambra. An auto accident occurred at Nwago Junction, Agolo, an Ocha local government area of Anambra State, resulting in 7 individuals sustaining severe injuries on Thursday. The accident was reportedly caused by a group of illegal revenue agents in the southeast state. It involved a shuttle bus carrying 7 passengers en route to Ekulobia. According to an eyewitness, the bus driver was running away from the revenue agents when he suddenly lost control after one of the agents threw a heavy stone at him, resulting in the vehicle's somersaulting. He said the bus was one of those the illegal revenue team invaded at Nwago Junction, Agoro. All the passengers on board were left with different degrees of injuries, while the driver is in a critical condition. Also, who visited the crash scene, said Governor Chukwuma Soludo's government was not supporting illegal revenue collection, urging residents to join the government in stopping the act. He announced a temporary ban on collecting all forms of revenue within the council until a proper investigation was conducted to ascertain the real revenue agents of the government. Enugu governor swears in 20 commissioners. Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State has sworn in 20 of 21 commissioners that will constitute the State Executive Council, charging them to get down to work immediately as the administration was in a hurry to deliver on its campaign promises. The newly sworn-in commissioners include Professor Ndubueze Mba, Mrs. Ngozi Eni, Engineer Lawrence Eze, Professor Sam Ugwu, Pharmacist Chuka Ugwoke, Dr. Kensile Ude, and Professor Emmanuel Obi, among others, reiterating his commitment to the exponential growth of the state's economy, speedy provision of socio-economic infrastructure, and human capital development in the state. Mba said the new commissioners were products of a painstaking search for quality hands to help his administration to deliver on its manifesto. Speaking on behalf of his colleagues, Dr. Martin Chukwu Nwoke assured the governor that they would not fail him or the state. On behalf of all the commissioners, I say that we are very grateful and feel highly honored for this opportunity to serve. And I will say that with all our hearts, we are committed to delivering an Enugu state of your dream and our dream. We will do all within our power with unalloyed loyalty, he assured. Anambra transporters protest extortion, harassment by revenue collectors, petition State Assembly. The Joint Transporters Forum of Anambra State, comprising commercial bus drivers, including tricycle and shuttle buses, have petitioned the Anambra State House of Assembly over alleged extortion, revenue diversion, harassment, and other sharp practices involving the Anambra State Inland Revenue Services and Anambra State Joint Task Force on Revenue Collection. The group, in their petition dated August 4, 2023, and signed by the President, JTF, Moses Ohanebo, and the Assistant Secretary, Innocent Obaga, addressed to the Speaker, Anambra State House of Assembly claiming that some government officials have reconstituted the state task force, which was recently disbanded by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, and were using it to extort and divert government revenues as against the purposes behind their previous formations. The petitions reads in part, we are aware of Governor Soludo's new digital revenue collections and we are in full support of the innovation. We are also aware that two outfits were involved in the enforcement of this digital collection. These outfits are Ocha Brigade and Anjet. These two outfits suddenly deviated from their terms of reference and engaged into all manner of criminalities and social vices, particularly Anjet, which include increasing penalties from 5,000 naira to 10,000 naira respectively for tricycle operators, and buses from 15,000 naira to 30,000 naira. They arbitrarily arrest, detain, and extort drivers of buses to the tune of between 30,000 naira to 50,000 naira, depending on the situation. The group therefore called on the State House of Assembly to quickly intervene in the matter to avoid possible breakdown of law and order and such pillage of the state revenue. Uzodinma bans all non-authorized levy collection tax forces in Imo. All persons or groups involved in the reckless collection of levies in Imo State without the strict authorization of the governor have been asked to desist forthwith or have themselves to blame. Governor Hope Uzodinma said the consequences that await the refusal of those involved in such acts are huge because his government is no longer prepared to tolerate acts that smear her image. Governor Uzodinma is particularly concerned about reports of individuals, groups, and even political appointees who harass members of the public under the guise of tax forces and use same to collect levies and impose penalties that are both illegal and criminal. The governor insists that the only authorized body in Imo State charged with the responsibility of collecting levies, penalties, and other revenues for the government remains the Imo State Internal Revenue Services, IIRS. He has therefore warned that anyone caught in the web of further illegal collections, including political appointees, will face the music squarely. regardless of who the person is. The areas where the madness over a collection of levies, penalties, and other fees have taken a worrisome dimension and has caught the attention of the governor and in the haulage, truck collections, both day and night businesses, the municipal daily ticketing in the parks and markets, those going after transportation traffic offenders, among others. Navy to establish operational base in Enugu, Mba assures on improved security. The Nigerian Navy is to establish an operational base in Enugu State to improve the security of lives and property by securing the state's coastal areas. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, disclosed this during a courtesy call on the Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, at the Government House, Enugu, on Thursday. This is even as the government of the Enugu State has pledged a continued partnership with the Nigerian Navy and other security agencies for continued improvement of security and peace in the state, which he said was critical to the current administration's blueprint of exponential economic growth. Ogara commended Governor Mba for his bold actions in tackling the security challenges in the state immediately upon his inauguration, saying he was impressed with the successes recorded in the very short period he had been in office. Welcoming the Chief of Naval Staff to his home state, Mba, who was full of appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for appointing an Enugu son to head an arm of the security agencies in this country, described it as something of immense value and significance, not just to the people of Enugu State, but to the entire Southeast region. Mba reiterated the state's commitment to making Enugu the prime destination for investment, living, and tourism, of which he said security and peace remained a core ingredient. Lauding the planned establishment of naval operation base in Enugu State, Mba said the erroneous impression that Enugu was landlocked emanated from the underdevelopment of the state's waterways, stressing that the security of the coastal areas would change the narratives. Governor Mba also urged the Chief of Naval Staff to also consider establishing a naval school and hospital in Enugu State. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Ivory Coast, ECOWAS approves Niger intervention as soon as possible. West African bloc ECOWAS has approved the military intervention in Niger as soon as possible to remove its military rulers following last month's coup. Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara has said conferences to finalize things, but they have the agreement of the conference of the head of states for the operation to start as soon as possible, said Ouattara on Thursday as he returned from an emergency ECOWAS summit. Earlier Thursday, the leaders of the bloc said they would deploy a standby force against the military leaders who seized control of Niger, deposing Mohamed Bazoum as president. Ouattara said Ivory Coast would provide a battalion of 850 to 1,100 men alongside soldiers from Nigeria and Benin, and that other countries would join them. We are determined to restore President Bazoum to his functions, he said. Before leaving the summit in Abuja, Nigeria, Ouattara told journalists that has intervened in the past in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in Gambia, and Guinea-Bissau when constitutional order in the countries was threatened. Today, we have a similar situation in Niger, and I like to say that ECOWAS cannot accept this. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken on Thursday voiced support for efforts of the West African bloc ECOWAS on Niger without explicitly backing its call at a summit for military intervention. The United States has in recent days cautioned that a military force should be only a last resort and that diplomacy was the best way to resolve the crisis. Niger's junta told a top U.S. diplomat that they would kill deposed President Mohamed Bazoum if neighboring countries attempted any military intervention to restore his rule. Two Western officials told newsmen. This is where we draw the curtain on news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Bus fleeing from tax collectors somersaults injures 7 passers-by in Anambra. Enugu governor swears in 20 commissioners. Anambra transporters protest extortions, harassment by revenue collectors, petition state assembly. Uzodinma bans all non-authorized levy collection tax forces in Imo. Navy to establish operational base in Enugu. Mba assures on improved security. Ivory Coast. ECOWAS approves Niger intervention as soon as possible. You just listen to news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Yepayin Shuku Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Listen to news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonade FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
You put your hand go up, you never open doors. You said go be a boss.
So it happen again for Ogwashuku and Onitsha. Ogwashuku and Onitsha, get ready. It happen again this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday that Ogwashuku is the shele for Adeke Hotel, Restaurant and Bar by 12 noon for Ogwashuku. Make una get ready to become a pioneer leader and a distributor with this no land company we dey talk about. No say no land too good. No land na better company wey produce better healthcare products wey dey help man make him body dey jolly, wey dey help treat different sickness wey dey worry for body. Na no land dey help your body go dey strong kampe. And no be only that, no land also dey sama money for your pocket. When you don become that distributor, they go dey pay you for dollar every week. They go carry you go obodo oyibo, carry you go outside country, different countries of the world. They will also give you motor, they give car. So not the only many benefits, they still build house for you. So Noland is a place to be. And it happen also on Sunday for Onitsha. Now it happen where be the place where they happen for Chili's food, where the opposite of Saint Cathedral, where they for Enugu Road. Now it happen by 2 o'clock. Don't forget it happen for Onitsha, Northland Onitsha Health and West Summit. It happen for Chili's food, where they for opposite of Saint Cathedral, where they for Enugu Road, Onitsha. Now it happen. And the time where they happen for Onitsha, na Sunday 2 p.m. on Sunday. Now it happen by 2. Find yourself to Onitsha. Therefore, Ogwashuku, not forget again, say na for Adeke Hotel, Restaurant and Bar for Ogwashuku. And na Saturday they happen by 12 noon. Come and know how you go take they make money from this Noland company. How you go take join, become distributor. How you go take win car. How you go take qualify for their house. How you go take they travel around the world. How you go take they get this products. Make they use them, make it a day sharp. Not say health is wealth. So I dey wait for una this weekend. Onitsha and Ogwashuku na una get. So Onitsha na Sunday by 2 p.m. for Chili's food opposite All Saints. Ogwashuku na Saturday. This Saturday. Now in the Shell on Saturday by 12 noon for Daycare Hotel, Restaurant and Bar. My number na 07037405082. 07037405082. Just text yes to my second number 07082445668. 07082445668. Text yes for your seat reservation. My MTN once again 07037405082. Text here for your seat reservation. See you this Saturday and Sunday at Ogwashuku and Onitsha. Bye.
Everything you put your hand go up, you never open doors. How important is your comfort? Talk about hospitality.
Welcome to Atlanta where the play is played.
Welcome to Supreme Hospitality at Oxbridge Hotel and Suite Limited is now open and your comfort is our target because it is important. We offer you affordable accommodation, complimentary morning buffet, free Wi-Fi, 24/7 power supply, conference hall for any type of event, parking lot, laundry, bush bar, pool bar, and swimming pool. Oxbridge Hotel and Suites Limited is located at plus 203-204 Ogidi Boys Road, Uruwere, Ogidi, Anambra State, or you call 080-33-30-3782.
To Atlanta where the players play and we ride on the chains like every day.
Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Right?
Man, it's a political